On Google Hangout, I'm joined by social entrepreneur Ntsoaki Phali, who's the founder of Beyond Ability Solutions, which aims to create a better life for disabled people. So Ntsoaki, welcome, and please just tell me more about how this idea was born.
Basically, this idea was formed some one November day in 2009, and was driven by philosophy to truly diversify our workforce. Basically, I was HR coordinator for one of the FMCG companies, and during that time was that I had to fill three roles for each of the depots that I serviced. And I just couldn't service those roles. But at the same time, as I was busy searching for persons with disabilities, I then realized that, you know what, talent with disabilities is a must. However, there isn't a facilitator who facilitates these relationships between the employers and persons with disabilities. But moreover, more than that, this was created by the fact that, I mean, you find that whenever I was going to cities, I would come across persons with disabilities in traffic lights, and that just didn't sit well with me. I was very uncomfortable with such sites because, for instance, I mean, this was based on the fact that I do come across persons with disabilities who are talented. It's just that they're not giving enough chances within or in economic activities.
Okay, so once you've placed a disabled person into formal employment, does your job end right there, or is there more?
No, not necessarily. What we also do is that we also ensure that we work alongside the employers so as to ensure that persons with disabilities have enabling work environments. So what we do is that we ensure that we train teams on ensuring that on how to relate to persons with disabilities. Moreover, we also ensure that they have accessible work environments. So, for instance, if maybe there's a need to arrange maybe some technology or device that will ensure that they thrive in that work environment, we also arrange that as well.
And do your clients have to pay a specific fee to be part of this?
Yes. For instance, I mean, we work on varying bases. I mean, when I started the organization, the idea was to start this as a social enterprise or as an NPO. But then I was reminded that the idea is to instill a sense of hope to persons with disabilities. So I then decided that, no, let me rather use a recruitment agency business model. So what happened was that we then started to charge placement fees for the recruitment side, and then we'll charge hourly rates for workplace vettings, and also sensitizing employers on how to relate to persons with disabilities.
And as someone who's worked before in a corporate environment, why move to business, and is this business a profitable one for you?
For me, you know, when I started, the idea was just to move into the NPO space, just to try and just drive this change somehow. But then again, I then realized that, okay, fine, this version will need to self-sustain. And at that point in time, that's when now obviously I had to now register as a for-profit company, and hence now the need to make profit. However, with the challenge that I was aware that I'm implementing a new way of doing things, I became aware that I'll have to be patient around profit because of I'm still trying to change paradigms. I'm still trying to shift paradigms. So I'll have to be patient with all those processes and ensure that at this point in time, I'm not for profit. I'm operating more as a social enterprise more than a for-profit company. But in terms of driving the change, I've seen tremendous change, and I'm seeing some inroads into shifting these paradigms.
And Ntsoaki, as a social entrepreneur who's not very driven on profits, what are the current challenges that you faced with in your business?
Well, it's more to do with not understanding the concept in totality, and which is also where I come in as well. That also leaves me with an opportunity to address any misunderstandings, or also create the necessary advocacy or awareness. So, because, friends, I mean, as you can imagine, the Employment Equity Act has just been recently enacted now in 1998, and what that basically means, it means that persons with disabilities were not absorbed or were not integrated into society, which meant that a whole lot of persons are not yet aware in terms of how to relate to persons with disabilities. Even when you suggest their employment, you find that, for instance, some employers are not yet comfortable with the whole idea, and hence, for me, the biggest challenge has been stigma, attitude, and also not understanding how to relate to persons with disabilities. But then again, that's where I come in as well, to try and ensure that employers understand their role, and also how they can support persons with disabilities.
Now, how can anyone living with disability be part of Beyond Ability Solutions, and are there any educational qualifications required?
In our case, we try and work with all disabilities, because we also have an occupational therapist that we work with from time to time, who ascertains a person's functional competency. So, for instance, first and foremost, it basically means that you need to be a South African, you need to have some form of disability, and then also in terms of qualification as well, in our case, we vary our candidates on a case-by-case basis. And what we do, we try and match your skills and experience to a particular opportunity that is available at that point in time. However, we try and encourage most candidates to at least attain a minimum of matric, such that we're able to absorb them, or place them in your learnership opportunities.
And how can they get hold of you if they are living with a disability and struggling to find employment?
They can get a hold of us via www.beyondability.co.za, and so we'll be able to sort of like access their CVs, and also, like, for instance, respond to any queries or comments that they have. And also would like to make a note of the fact that we're also calling on all employers to also partner with us. We will be having job auctions, whereby, for instance, the aim is to employ up to 100 persons with disabilities per month, which basically means that we'll try and ensure that employers employ 5 persons with disabilities per day. So we're calling on employers and also candidates to partner with us in these job auctions. We'll be implementing these job auctions from the middle of May. So we are calling on candidates to partner with us, contact our website, and also our Twitter site, which is @MissPhali, or via our Facebook page, which is Beyond Ability Talent Solutions.
Thank you so much, Ntsoaki, for joining us, and you are doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much, Dombi.